All right. Welcome back to another episode of In True Form. I'm your host, Corey Truesdale of One True Shot Photography. And today I have a super special guest with me. This is my beautiful wife, Angel Truesdale. She's joining me here today to hit a hot topic or two that we was discussing off camera and felt like we should bring it to you guys. So if you want to say anything, you can, or we can jump right in.
You go really slow.
So I go real slow. What you mean I go real slow?
You be talking real. We gonna jump into the topics that we was talking about. And I'm like, let's get to it. Hey. This is Angel Truesdale, and we're gonna be talking about some hot topics today. And the topic, that first one that we're gonna talk about is gonna be
Jamie Foxx. Stand-up that has been.
It wasn't a stand-up. I wish they wouldn't call it that. It wasn't a stand-up.
What would you call it?
It was more like a special. It was an opportunity. It was a platform to share his story, but that wasn't a stand-up. That the goal of that wasn't comedy, and that's the goal of stand-up, in my opinion.
That makes sense. I can agree to an extent. I've seen a wide range of comedy specials in my life, and that was by far one of the best, but it's also one of those that I don't feel like I would watch over and over and over again. Like, I love Jamie Foxx. Like, I've been watching Jamie Foxx since I was...
Why wouldn't you watch it again, over and over again? Because we've watched some stand-ups over and over again.
I think it's mainly because I know what to expect. Like, some of the stand-ups, like when we watch, I'm gonna explain. So some of the stand-ups that we watch over and over and over again, there's still pieces of those stand-ups that we just be like, yo, that was funny. But I just feel like it's a lot of, I don't want to say sadness with Jamie Foxx, but it's a lot of pain and descriptive items that he touches on. And it kind of like, if you're in a mood to laugh that night, like, I wouldn't go that route. There's other routes that you can go if you're going in to laugh.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick that to laugh, but I think it's a good... I wouldn't look at it as something negative per se, or a lot of pain. I think it's a lot of triumph. Like, he won, and it's revelation. He talks about his relationship with God, so there's that aspect of it, and it's about second chances, maybe even third chances, and it kind of highlights the fact that, you know, tell people you love them while they're here. And he talks about when he saw people after he just couldn't, every time he saw somebody he cried, every time he saw somebody he cried, but he just has a different appreciation for life. And so I think his day-to-day life is just totally different now. We haven't had like near-death experiences, but I can only imagine if we did, how we would approach our day-to-day life and the people that we see, just even in passing.
No, that makes sense. There were a lot of things that he touched on his special that resonated with me. And quite frankly, I was emotional watching the stand-up. I mean, the jokes was phenomenal. When he bust out his impersonations, I was just like, oh man, there you go. And him doing the Cat Williams impersonation was new. I've never heard him do that before. And of course, when he started doing the Denzel, that's always a favorite of mine. But I see exactly what you're saying as far as with the gems and the jewels that he was dropping, as far as from a spiritual standpoint. And, you know, what was your favorite part of the special?
When his daughter came out. When his daughter came out, he said, play that guitar, Annalise.
Yeah.
I was like, you play that guitar, Annalise. You play that guitar. That baby playing that guitar.
Yeah,
and
man.
And then her hair. Oh, my gosh. Her hair.
Shout out to her hair.
And I felt like her hair was like a part of her security. Yeah. Like, just... for women of color specifically, there is often an attachment to our hair. And I feel like her hair was some sort of like comfort blanket because you couldn't really see her whole face and it was just so big and it was just in your face. But I felt like that allowed her to go out there in front of all those people because
like
I kind of got the vibe that she ain't really about the spotlight. But, you know, she always wanted to perform with her dad. She said that. So that was just such a beautiful moment. And I was like, play that guitar, Anna.
Yeah, when she came out, I'm trying to think, when did I really get choked up? I think it's when he was trying to explain the situation.
I mean, that was
choking up.
It was a bunch of times. He came out crying.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, it was great, man. But no, I totally understand. I'm looking forward. I know you mentioned after we had watched it, I know you had mentioned like, what is his style of music going to look like, or you know, what is it moving forward? Did you put any extra thought into that, or or if you want to tell the viewers, what did you mean by that question? Like,
I just feel like that was a transformative experience for him, and usually when people go through transformative experiences, it comes out, and if they are creative, it comes out in their creativity. So even if you think about some of your favorite R&B artists, when they were single, their music, how it shifts when they become spouses or parents. And I just feel like this was a very transformative experience for him. So he could potentially showcase that in his music if he decides to do music again. But I mean, I don't know. He's multi-talented, so he could go anyway.
I love me some Jamie Foxx. All the way from Living Color days, in the Foxhole, like all his movies. Wanda. You rock my world.
You can't do it.
I can't, and I don't want to. That was a hideous face when him and Robert Townsend. I mean, not Robert Townsend. My bad. Tommy Davidson. When him and Tommy Davidson was on screen on Living Color doing the Wanda, in that episode where he was getting a massage. Tommy Davidson went to get a massage, and the masseuse that came out was Wanda, but he ain't know.
Yep.
And that whole scene was like improv. They was laughing. They couldn't stop laughing, and he had to loof. He said, "Man, I will loof you up." Like, he had that part, and like that. That's when I fell in love with Jamie Foxx. I was just like, all right, I gotta watch everything this dude do.
Yeah.
So comment below. We're going We're going to take a quick break after this special ad from yours truly. Thank you again for tuning in to In True Form. I wanted to show you this prebiotic drink that is a staple in my household. It's not like your other brands. It's not like, the ones we grew up with. We're not going to call no names out. But this right here, it's a cherry limeade flavor, by the way. 25 calories, 5 grams of sugar or less. But it's gut health. It looks out for your stomach on those nights where you're eating or drinking things that you don't have no business drinking. And it messes your stomach up, looking like you don't know what happened to you the night prior. But anyway, this right here is a drink that everyone in my house loves. This is the box it comes with. Has a ton of benefits to help you with your gut. Poppy, you can find them at your local stores. If anybody has Whole Foods, Wegmans, Food Lion, or anything like that, they all are there. So check it out. Box comes with 4. I'm gonna pop this open for you. As you can hear, it has the same realistic sound as all the other drinks. Yeah. You add this with some chicken or fish or whatever your diet is. You can have this with just about anything. But definitely check it out. Thanks for tuning in to In True Form. Talk to you later. Peace. And we're back. So here for our second segment, our second portion of the show, we're going to be talking about our top 5 favorite Christmas movies. This is a huge staple in our house. Every year, every Christmas Eve, we watch a Christmas movie with the kids. And sometimes it's super hard to decide which movie we're going to watch, but we always come to some common ground. So today, Angel and I, we're going to be talking about what's our childhood favorite top 5 movies leading up to today. I may not know all her 5. She may not know all my 5, but we're about to find out now. We're going to let you kick it off, though.
I'm not doing childhood. I'm a Virgo. Shout out to all the Virgos and Leos, cusp of exposure, August 25th. Yes. I'm doing mine from most recent to oldest. And with that being said, my new favorite Christmas movie, Meet Me Next Christmas, was released in November of this year. And I think it's a phenomenal rom-com Christmas movie. I am a rom-com girl. I am a Christmas girl. So Christmas rom-com I'm all about that. And this movie was so well done. And DeVale was, I know DeVale has been out for a minute, but I will be honest, I haven't seen a lot of his stuff, but he can act so well. We know Christina Milian. She's been acting since, what was that movie with Nick Cannon? Love Don't Cost a Thing. Like, so we know our girl can act, but DeVale was giving all the things. The whole cast. If you haven't seen Meet Me Next Christmas, you need to watch it, and don't be calling it corny or whatever. It's a rom-com. Some stuff is just comes along with rom-com. So that's my 2024 Meet Me Next Christmas.
What was your favorite part of that movie?
Meet me next Christmas. Actually, there's a lot of parts in there, but I really like the part where he was teaching her to make creme brulee, because creme brulee is hands down my favorite dessert. So I just had a little connection there.
Every restaurant we go to, she has to have some type of creme brulee. We can be 8 o'clock at night, we sitting on the couch, and she got a sweet tooth. Let me see who has creme brulee. So I get it. I think the creme brulee is the reason why that's her favorite movie. I don't think it has anything to do with DeVale or Christina Milian. But hey, what do I know? I'm an Aquarius, not a Virgo. Moving on. One of my favorite movies. It's no particular order, but A Christmas Story. From way back in the day. I don't remember what year it came out, but everybody knows A Christmas Story. When they see it pop up, it could be on TNT, it could be on TBS. If they still have a TBS, it could be on
1983.
1983.
Before either of us were born, this movie came out.
I don't care. Little Ralphie wanted that gun. He wanted that gun. Little Ralphie didn't care if he was gonna get his eyeball shot out. Everybody all told him, hey, you'll shoot your eye out. He still wanted it. I love A Christmas Story just because it's not a long, drawn-out movie. It's straight to the point. He talks about what he wanted for Christmas, and it's so many different funny scenes in it. He has his younger brother with him. He's getting bullied by the kids in the neighborhood, and he had the little snowball situation. He got his friend got his tongue stuck on the pole.
I've never seen it.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people have seen it, but it's really hard for me to watch old movies if I didn't see it when it was new. So if a movie came out in the 80s or 90s and I watched it in the 80s or 90s, I could watch it again. But if a movie came out in the 80s or 90s and you want me to watch it now, I can't do it.
Dang.
I can't do it.
She missed out. I feel like whenever I watch A Christmas Story, I get this nostalgic feeling. It's like,
when the last time you watched that movie?
Last Christmas.
Oh.
I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing, but not on Christmas Day. But they play it leading up to Christmas, and then they play it a marathon every year. So, yeah, TBS, TNT, they gonna play it. It's coming on the 24th
At
all
8?
day at 8 at night, and they're gonna run it all the way till midnight on TBS and TNT.
You're right.
It's every year, and it's been like that since I was a little kid, and I'll never forget that story of the wife getting upset with the husband because he bought that lamp that was like it was a lady's leg, and it had a stocking on it.
I know what you're talking
And
about.
his wife just spazzed on him. You know, and she broke it. Like, it was just a funny movie. But what's your other one?
So ironically, the rest of my movies are older, but this is a cartoon. This is actually kind of, I don't even know what to call it, because no one except, there was only one other person at the time who had seen this movie when we met. And so when I told him about this movie and he knew what it was, I just felt like there was a connection there because nobody else had watched this movie. What is it?
8 Crazy Nights.
8 Crazy Nights.
That's on my top 5 as well. So.
They stole my wig. I remember the looks in their eyes. Why? Oh, why? I know all the songs. I know all the words. I will watch that movie when it's not Christmas time. I love that movie. It's hilarious. It's raunchy. It's kind of nasty in spaces. But there's a message in there. I love that movie.
Yeah, that movie is amazing. I can chime in on it. I'm a huge Adam Sandler fan, all the way from Happy Gilmore to Saturday Night Live, Billy Madison, Click. It's a whole bunch of Adam Sandler, but that one is on the top because he's doing all these characters' voices in there, and he got his team with him that we all know that he brings along with him, from David Spade, Rob Schneider, a whole bunch of his guys. But the singing on there, man, Little Whitey. If y'all haven't ever seen 8 Crazy Nights, I strongly suggest looking at that movie.
If you're an Adam Sandler fan.
If you're an Adam Sandler
Adam
fan.
Sandler has his own little genre of comedy. There is comedy, and then there's Adam Sandler comedy. So if you like Adam Sandler, you'll love this movie.
Yeah.
I think you should watch it.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess I'll go ahead and kick it off for my third because we both share that same one.
You're just going to have to replace it.
Okay.
But you can still go with your third.
I can still go with my
Give you time
third.
to think.
Perfect. The next one is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase.
1989.
1989. You had that on deck already?
I had it on my list.
Oh, okay. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. So, but yeah, I love all the National Lampoon's
Chaos.
vacations.
They always have the most insane chaos.
Yeah, man. Chevy Chase, facial expressions in his movies. I grew up watching it. It's probably why I'm so weird upstairs when it comes to comedy, because so many different characters like just paved the way for my goofiness. But the scene that I always remember from that movie is the squirrel getting in the house. When that squirrel got in the house,
havoc.
Oh my gosh, and it messed the tree up. It caused them to had a fool go on the floor. It was the fire that came out. It was just everything about that movie that I was just like, man. And then his boss coming in there, basically in so many words, like he was expecting a bonus, and he ain't get no bonus. Like he was all like geeked up about it. It was just everything about it. What was your favorite part of that movie? Since, I mean, you have it on your list, or do you?
No, that was
just a nostalgic feeling. Okay, but yeah, so you got that one down. What's your next one?
My next one. Oh, I actually skipped because this one came out in 2003. Elf.
Oh yeah, that was my replacement.
I don't even have to say anything. Elf is
Will Ferrell.
Hilarious.
Shout out to Will Ferrell.
Because I really believed him. I believed he grew up on the North Pole. He was an elf. all the things. He was very childlike, but it was like innocent. That scene when he was like, Santa! I know him.
I know him.
And then when he was getting beat up, he was like, you're not Santa.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not Santa. Like, I was like, oh my God, somebody help him. He's just, all that stuff he did, just, there's so many. That movie was well written, just all the little pieces down to what he ate, what he wore, just the things that he didn't know, eating the gum off of the railing. It was just nasty.
That taxi scene though.
The taxi scenes.
Yeah, the taxi scene.
The yellow ones don't stop.
He got hit by that taxi. He was walking across the street like he was on a mission, and his feet went up.
Faison
was
like, come here.
He was in his character. He was serious about his character.
Great movie.
Yeah, I really do like Elf. I was going to mention Elf at the end when she told me to get some thoughts into what my replacement was going to be, and that
Gotta
definitely
pick another replacement now.
Dang. But I got a bunch of them.
I know.
But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
And we are back with. I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
Now we're back. Yeah.
He's flustered.
It's my go. What we're on, number 3? Well, number 3 for me, because I had the same one she had earlier. So we're going to crank it back up. My next movie is Scrooged with Bill Murray. What year was that? What year did that come out?
I have it on here, 88.
Another 80s movie. This movie is really cool because also we just recently watched this movie as a family this year. Wasn't it this year? We had Tamar watched it with us.
Scrooge?
Yeah, we sat right here on the couch and watched it. It was earlier in the year though. It was just a movie to watch. Or was it last year at the end of the year? Yeah. You don't remember, so it don't matter at this point. But anyway, Bill Murray was hilarious in that movie. It's a lot of crazy scenes. One of my favorite scenes of that movie is just the taxi cab ride with the weird guy in the taxi cab that was bringing him. I want to say it was like the Ghost of Christmas Past or something like that. And but yeah, it was just a movie with a lot of gems and a lot of heartstrings going on in the movie and stuff like that. So that's one of my favorites.
Interesting. I had it on my list as like maybe an honorable mention. I do remember really enjoying it, and I remember watching it every year, but at some point that stopped. So I can't remember the last time I watched it, even if it was last year. I can't remember the last time I watched it, so it can't be a favorite, but I do remember feeling like it was a good movie. My next is well, we did kind of cheat because you said that you was gonna put this one on there, but I'm going in.
She said we.
I'm going in order. I'm going in order. So I'm gonna go with the 1992 movie, Home Alone 2.
Lost in New York.
Lost in New York, which it's not common where the sequel is just as good as the original. But Home Alone 2 was well done. And even with the little things where you're like, why didn't he just call the police? Or why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? Shut up. Let us enjoy the movie. So Home Alone 2, I feel like is very well done. And I also just have this very special place in my heart where I cannot wait to go to New York and see the tree for myself in real life. Because I love Christmas. I love Christmas trees. Y'all can't see all of them, but just in this corner right here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's one over there, 6. And that's not all of them.
We got one up.
So I want to see the tree in, the Rockefeller Center for myself. And I want to experience Christmas with snow. Being from Georgia, being from the South, now still in the South, I want a white Christmas.
Yeah, Home Alone 2 was really good. One of my favorite scenes of that was the hotel scene, and he was like, they was trying to sneak into the room and try to see what was going on with Kevin's dad and stuff like that, and what would you call him, like the hotel manager or whatever? Hotel manager.
Was he concierge or not?
Yeah, we could say that. and he came in and Kevin played that recording from the movie. He was like, I could smell you getting off the elevator. He was like, what? Like, he was looking all surprised and stuff. And he was like, you've been snooping with everyone. And he had the whole staff with him. He said, you, Tony Bath, Cliff, I can go on forever, baby.
Smooching.
You've been smooching with my brother.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Smooching. And then he called out the guy's name.
Yeah, Cliff.
And he was like,
no, it was a lie.
No.
that part was hilarious. Yep. That part was so funny. I'll never forget that part. But shout out to Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone 2. So for me, mine is Home Alone 1. From next on my list. Nobody says 1. You right. You would call me out on that. Home Alone. Mm-hmm. And that's another great movie that comes on every year. The kids love that movie, but most of all, I love that movie. I thought it was super impressive being home alone and holding down your fort, making sure the family is good. Like, nobody takes your things. Like, he like saved their house. Like, they could have got robbed and they could have had everything taken from them because Peter had a lot of money. I don't know who he was. Nobody know what kind of a profession he was in, but he had a lot of money.
That movie. So I ain't trying to ruin nobody's favorite movies because recently,
here come a Virgo comment.
As I've been getting older, okay, some of my most favorite movies, watching them at this age, I am appalled at the lack of melanin in these films. Not even at the airport, okay? Like, y'all don't like black people? It wasn't no black actors or actresses y'all could have put in this movie. I love that movie. But then watching it, especially with my children, and just seeing the lack of representation, it's a little disheartening.
That's true.
Not a Christmas movie, little sidebar, but also Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
And Oliver Twist.
Where are the black people? Oliver Twist is... You're right.
Yeah, they had no black people.
It was older. Like, but I'm saying Willy Wonka didn't have any black people. I get it was older, but then when they remade it with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, they didn't put no black people in there either.
You don't think
y'all can fact check me?
The Oompa Loompas that wasn't one of them black?
Y'all can fact. I'm not doing this with you. Y'all can fact check me, but Home Alone ain't had no black people in it, and I don't like that. But another thing about that movie is, again, at this age, the stuff that those men were enduring.
You talking about that?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
The sticky bandits.
I would have given up the first time I fell on my back, whether I'm falling downstairs, slipping and falling. If I step on something, y'all ever stepped on a Lego? He's stepping on glass ornaments. I'm not stepping on nothing, stepping on nails. They got burned, hit in the head. They died 15 times in that movie.
Yeah,
like,
they did.
I just can't.
No blood.
I just can't imagine.
No bruising. They got murked, yo. They was getting worked in that movie.
They died a lot.
Is that kerosene?
Even I was like, they fell off the rope. That movie was actually pretty violent.
That was
I'm thinking about it. But yeah, so is it my turn?
It's your turn.
It's my turn. Home Alone 2. So how many have I done?
You did Elf.
I did Mimi Next Christmas.
Mimi Next. Eight Crazy Nights.
Today, Junior.
You're right. You got it.
Mimi Next Christmas. I did 8 Crazy Nights. Home Alone 2. I did Elf. So I have one more.
Okay.
Ooh. I don't know if it's a favorite. My other favorite I was going to say was Home Alone, but you picked it. So okay. I had some honorable mentions. National Lampoons was one. The Preacher's Wife is an honorable mention. It's not a favorite, but it's a great movie.
That's when Denzel was the angel and he was trying to get with a real
he wasn't trying to get with her. Don't mess up the movie.
And it was like she was willing to cheat on her husband.
Oh, okay. Do not mess up The Preacher's Wife like that, okay? Yes, he was an angel. Okay. Yes, he was falling for the preacher's wife, who was a human and very much so alive, but it didn't happen that way. So It's an honorable mention.
Denzel, he
Don't-
did this like
don't
eight
taint
times
it.
in the movie.
We're not gonna taint the preacher's wife. Okay.
All right, Whitney. I see you over there with your husband.
I don't think I have another favorite, but I do have another honorable mention. The Best Man Holiday. Because The Best Man is
Sad
a great
for me.
movie. But The Best Man Holiday came out in 2013. My best friend had passed in end of November 2012. So right around Christmas time. And I just wasn't ready. So I've literally seen that movie one time in my life. But I feel like it was such a great movie and I want to watch it again. And it's been, 10 years when that movie came out, 2013?
Yeah, 11 years.
So it's been 11 years at this point. I just haven't watched it again, but
It was a good movie.
it was a great cast. All that black excellence. You know, I'm always here for black excellence, but that one was a tearjerker. We watched that at the movie theater.
Yeah, we didn't expect that though.
No.
We didn't expect it. It was unexpected.
No, I remember coming out of that and I just started crying. Like I tried to hold it. There were times throughout that movie where I just felt like I was going to walk out because it was just too emotional, but I stuck it out. I probably should have left. But I remember calling or texting my best friend's husband and was like, hey, if you haven't seen The Best Man Holiday, don't do it.
Don't go.
Abort mission, don't do it. He actually texted me back. He was like, man, somebody had it on bootleg at the barbershop. I was like, I'm out. But yeah, that movie is get your heartstrings, man. But
Right.
yeah, I don't have another favorite. My favorite would have been Home Alone, and Home Alone 2. After that,
I guess I'll close out mine. I have Christmas with the Cranks with Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis. That movie is hilarious, and it also has Dan Aykroyd in there.
that's another chaotic movie, isn't it?
That movie is super chaotic.
Yeah, I don't remember it like that, but I remember chaos.
Yeah, Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis in the movie. They're this couple that's in the neighborhood. Everybody know you got that one couple that puts up all the Christmas gifts. I mean, all the Christmas gifts. They put all the decorations up, and everybody knows about it. What you about to spit? Anyway, that's what you get for laughing at me, for stumbling over my words. But yeah, so everybody has that neighbor that puts everything up. So in the movie, Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis, they want to take a break from Christmas. And they try to sneak away to go to a tropical beach. And their daughter surprises them and says, hey, I'm coming back. So now they have to do this mad rush to get all their decorations up, and they have to cook the famous dinner that they always do for their daughter, and everything was sold out. Everything wasn't missed. They do live trees like how we do the live tree, and they couldn't find no live tree, and everybody in the neighborhood was like harassing them, like put the frosty up. And the movie is just hilarious all through and through, but it has a message in it, which every Christmas movie seems like they all have messages. It's like they all do that.
That what we was trying to get through the other night. I was like, is this a Christmas movie?
I don't even seem like it. The movie just took place during the holidays, and they wanted to put it.
We ain't gonna get sidetracked.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do that. But yeah, those was my 5. That's what Angel's 5.
Those are my 5 favorites. But I will say, we've been on this like Christmas movie rom-com type situation binge, and these movies just came out in the past, say, 5 years that I enjoyed. I wouldn't say they're favorites because I've only seen them once and they're new, but I think they deserve to be mentioned. Brewster's Millions with China Ann McClain. I think she's like in her mid-20s, phenomenal actress and singer.
Yeah.
Was Style Me for Christmas. I've watched Best Christmas Ever. Falling for Christmas is actually Lindsay Lohan, and I'm very happy for her.
It's okay. It means got some food cooking.
I don't like that.
Turkey wings.
I don't like that.
In the oven.
Falling for Christmas. Christmas with the Kids. I did watch Merry Little Christmas Wedding, but apparently there's a Merry Little Christmas that was first. Christmas Party Crashers. That one was interesting. And Let's Meet Again on Christmas Eve. That was with Kyla Pratt. Did you watch that one?
I did.
Yeah, you watched that one.
That was really nice.
That was, oh yeah, because they did a Christmas wedding.
Yeah, it was super
Christmas wedding.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are just, if you're into Christmas movies and you want newness, and I think all of those except one was all black cast, black leads.
It was great. And it's, when Angel finds a good movie, you have to take her word for it, because she knows a good movie when she comes across one. But I want to thank you all for tuning in to this very special Christmas episode on In True Form. We are going to let Angel close us out with some holiday cheer words, or however you want to call it. You want to bring us home singing them 8 Crazy Nights. Make sure y'all go watch 8 Crazy Nights and some of these movies that we talked about, and drop it in the comments what y'all favorite Christmas movies are.
I will just say, kind of going back to how we started with Jamie Foxx, is that you never know how much time you have left. We are very, we feel very entitled to time. We're just very bold. We put things off. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'm going to see you next week, or we make plans for the future, which is great. But just know that tomorrow is not promised. So if there is something that you keep putting off and you keep procrastinating on, there's no better time than right now. If there's someone that you need to make amends with, someone you need to communicate with, someone you need to just go see because so much time has passed, make sure that you are intentional and make the effort to do it, because you just never know what tomorrow holds. So that would be my encouraging words to you all, is to be intentional about how you spend your time, who you spend your time with. Let the people know. Like, if you love somebody, let them know. Even if it's a friend, everything doesn't have to be like romantic or family. Like, let the people that you love know that you love them. And yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you again for tuning in to In True Form.
Ho, ho, ho.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Peace out.
Meet me next Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Look at me go.